And our next group to present, I believe, is Jenae. If you
I'll
could
wait
just,
till we're full screen here.
yeah, of course.
Let me just say, I've got like goosebump warm fuzzies. I don't even know how to describe it. Just these testimonials so far are really fabulous. I'm feeling really inspired. So you all give me the boost of energy on this Friday I was desperately needing. So the approach I took to this prompt for this quick nano share was really to share the experiences that we had at Sacramento State this summer with two faculty learning communities that we organized that we called the Flexible Fundamentals Workshop and the Innovators Institute. These two faculty learning communities were divided in these groups to support faculty who wanted a really foundational understanding of flexible teaching approaches and faculty who really have a sustained interest in innovating with their teaching with technology. And across those two programs, we used Kevin Kelly's course for the Cal State system as sort of our textbook, so to speak. And we iterated upon that with a mix of sort of synchronous sessions. And we created teams with faculty mentors, a couple of whom are here today. So I want to give a shout out to Dennis Dahlquist and Christina Victor, who are in attendance today. We had a big group who also helped us facilitate. So shout outs to all of them as well. And so I want to highlight kind of our top 3 activities from those faculty learning communities that I think really move the needle on some conversations about supporting and scaling flexible instruction at Sacramento State. We did an activity where faculty participants align modality, activity, and assessment. So we had teams with each of our kind of mentor leaders where they created different tables where they basically thought through what modality am I teaching in, because at Sacramento State, we had a whole menu across the spectrum of hybrid and flexible modalities that basically had different sets of flexible constraints built in. And I can put in the chat after I'm done here kind of our breakdown of what those modality options are in case you're curious. Though, again, Kevin wrote a really fantastic blog post that I'll also put in the chat where he actually detailed in some extent kind of what we're doing at Sac State, which is, I think, similar to Chico's model in many ways. And we used Chico's inspiration. So I want to give a hat tip to Kathy for that as well. Yeah, 2 thumbs up. So we had some alignment activities where I really thought about how do the limitations and affordances of these modalities impact the decisions that we make around activity and assessment. So that created a really everlasting resource for our faculty teams to consult with later, to use as inspiration and to iterate upon in asynchronous activities to build course activities. We also did some real-time brainstorming where our participants came up with one assessment strategy, one engagement strategy, and our teams shared out what those top assessment or engagement strategies were within their groups. These groups, I should say, were also clustered based on discipline-specific groupings. So some feedback we got from our faculty learning communities where that faculty really appreciated that opportunity to work with like-minded colleagues from their disciplines to be brainstorming and thinking about applicable strategies they could apply right away. And finally, an activity that I thought was really useful is something we called a kind of hot topic discussion, where one of our facilitators came up with a list of questions that kept cropping up over the summer sessions about time management, course organization, course communication, and we had some discussion of what those hot topics could look like. I would love to leverage those hot topics for the future to have some continued sessions, and this fall, we're going to be launching some times for those cohorts from our summer to get back together. And many of the folks from the summer cohorts are here today, so I do want to give a shout out. I see Christine here and Francie and Nadine and Megan and Lou. We've got a really big Sac State, Sylvester, really big Sac State cohort here who participated in this. So props to all of them for their work and engagement here. So I think what worked well is, and I think our faculty facilitators and participants can chime in the chat about this as well. I'd love to see their take here too, since they're here. But I think the big takeaway, the value is that we had a portfolio at the end of the summer of activities and assignment designs that were immediately applicable. I think we could continue to bridge those conversations from the summer to keep building and sharing. We haven't been able to share much beyond the summer, and I think we need to be doing more of that. I also think we could do more to assess the efficacy of these approaches. So gathering testimonials like Fresno and thinking through the alignment between the activities and the outcomes that might emerge out of evaluations would be immensely helpful. I've already gone over 3 minutes. I'm gonna wrap here. But look forward to hearing what other campuses have done. Thank you.
Yeah, I see lots of opportunities for research, Jenae, and I know Brian Beatty from San Francisco State has agreed with me that we also need to study the equity implications of flexible courses and how they support and sometimes may hinder student learning.